The shift did not happen overnight, but when it finally arrived, it was impossible to ignore. What once felt like a constant wave of skepticism surrounding Shedeur Sanders has now turned into something far more revealing. Public reversals, uncomfortable apologies, and analysts scrambling to explain why they were so wrong for so long. At the center of it all stands a young quarterback who never raised his voice, never begged for validation, and never changed who he was just to satisfy the noise. Instead, he let the tape speak, and now even his loudest critics are being forced to listen. One of the most telling signs of Shedeur's growth is the way the game has visibly slowed down for him. Coming out of school, the most common critique was speed. Not arm speed but mental speed. The claim was that he held the ball too long, that he processed too slowly, that the NFL game would overwhelm him. What we are seeing now tells a completely different story. His footwork is cleaner. His eyes are faster. His decision-making is decisive rather than hesitant. On plays that require discipline, patience, and trust in structure, he is executing at a level that reflects real development, not flashes of luck. That evolution is best seen in how he handles concepts that expose quarterbacks who are late or unsure. Under-center play action, bootlegs, and backside reads demand immediate recognition. There is no margin for delay. The quarterback has to sell the fake, snap his head around, identify the edge defender, and make a choice in a blink. Shedeur is doing that now. Not occasionally, but consistently. That is not something that happens by accident. That is film study, repetition, and confidence aligning at the right moment. For Dan Orlovsky, that alignment forced an uncomfortable reckoning. For months, he was one of the most vocal skeptics. He questioned Shedeur's mechanics, his arm, even his demeanor. He went beyond critique and drifted into dismissal, framing Shedeur as someone who did not belong at the professional level. There was a tone to it that felt less analytical and more personal, as if the verdict had already been written before the evidence was allowed to appear. Then came the Titans game. And suddenly, the narrative cracked. Shedeur stood in real NFL pockets, absorbed pressure, and delivered throws that demanded anticipation and precision. These were not schemed layups. These were throws that require trust in timing and confidence in one's own ability. Orlovsky saw it. And to his credit, he acknowledged it. Not quietly, publicly. He reversed course, issued an apology, and went further by declaring Shedeur the best quarterback option for the Cleveland Browns. That is not a small pivot. Analysts do not like admitting they were wrong, especially when they were loud about it. But the tape left no room for denial. Orlovsky did not just praise results. He broke down process, footwork, eye discipline, pocket behavior. The very areas he once used as weapons against Shedeur became the reasons he now defended him. That kind of reversal only happens when the evidence becomes overwhelming. What makes this moment even more striking is that Orlovsky was not alone. Tony Gross, another longtime critic, followed the same path. This is someone who once mocked Shedeur for arm soreness, using it as a character flaw rather than acknowledging the physical reality of the position. That criticism lingered, painting Shedeur as soft or unserious. But when the games mattered, when deficits appeared and pressure mounted, Shedeur responded with poise. He led. He fought back. He delivered late touchdowns and brought his team back into contention when the moment demanded it. That performance forced another change of tone. Gross, who rarely hesitates to double down, acknowledged that Shedeur passed a real test. Not a scripted drive. Not a clean situation. A competitive environment where the quarterback had to carry emotional and tactical weight. Bringing a team back twice in the fourth quarter speaks to more than arm talent. It speaks to command, to resilience, to leadership under stress. These reversals reveal something deeper about how young quarterbacks are evaluated. Too often, narratives are formed early and defended stubbornly, even when reality contradicts them. Analysts become invested in being right rather than being accurate. Shedeur Sanders disrupted that pattern. He did not fit neatly into preconceived boxes, and rather than adjust those boxes, some chose to reject him outright. That approach worked until the film stopped cooperating. Now, the conversation has shifted from whether Shedeur belongs to how high his ceiling truly is. The throws under pressure, the processing speed, the calm in chaos. These are traits that translate. These are the foundations of long-term success at the position. And when multiple critics independently arrive at the same conclusion after watching the same tape, It stops being opinion and starts becoming consensus. What stands out most is how Shedeur handled the noise. He did not fire back. He did not posture. He simply kept playing. That maturity, ironically the very thing he was once accused of lacking, has become one of his defining traits. He understands that every snap is an evaluation. Every rep is an interview. And instead of letting that pressure fracture him, it sharpened him. This is not about one game or one throw. It is about trajectory. Shedeur Sanders is not a flash. He is not a temporary storyline fueled by hype. He is a quarterback whose development curve is pointing upward at a pace that demands attention. The league is noticing. The analysts are adjusting. And the Browns, whether they fully realize it yet or not, are staring at a future that looks far more stable than it did not long ago. The most revealing part of this entire shift is not the praise itself, but who it is coming from. When critics become advocates, it tells you the tape has won. And right now, the tape is screaming. Shedeur Sanders is ahead of schedule. He is comfortable in NFL structure. He is delivering elite throws in real situations. And the excuses for ignoring that reality are running out fast. So now the question moves from debate to belief. Has Shedeur Sanders truly silenced his critics? Or is this just the beginning of an even bigger rise? Do you trust the analysts who are suddenly changing their tune? Or do you think they are simply chasing the moment? And most importantly, do you believe Shedeur is the franchise quarterback Cleveland has been searching for all these years? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments. And if you want more deep, real football breakdowns that go beyond surface-level takes, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay locked in for what comes next.